What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Austin Show. Today we're looking at the Target exclusive NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Turtles in Disguise 4-pack. So this is a pack that we found a part of the Target Haulathon. Of course, the first time we've been able to actually find it, so that's pretty cool. So this is an awesome pack where we get all 4 turtles, of course, in their looks as from the classic cartoon, but with the disguise outfits, so they all have the trench coats, the hats, and then this set particularly. If we go ahead and pull the flap down here, they also have their disguise faces. You can kind of see one up here and one over there as well. So they have these like rubber human looking face masks that can go on them as well. And then of course this pack comes with a bunch of other accessories. We get some pizzas and some other items shown throughout the series. So this is a pretty cool pack, of course, going along with the turtles we already have, but this time they have the disguises, so they will look a little bit different. Everything, we can switch out some of their faces and stuff, so that should look pretty cool. But overall this box looks awesome. So there we have like the turtles sitting at the table eating some pizza, and then if we open it up, like down here at the bottom, we have like a road design with the turtles there, and there's like a wall design stuff in the background that once we open it we'll probably try and set up and stuff just to get some pictures. And the overall box design is cool, so it looks almost like a sidewalk or something with all sorts of like hidden secret things from the cartoon series all around on the sides of the box. And then there on the back, of course, we have the look of the turtles in their disguises and the accessories and face swaps and all sorts of stuff there. So pretty cool overall. And our box was a little bit damaged, so we have part of it all ripped off there, but we were super excited to actually be able to find this set. We've been looking for it for months now and finally found it with the whole haulathon going on and everything. So we were excited to get this, and I'm excited to get it and check it out. So let me go and get them open. I'll have to heat them up and everything, and we'll take a look at them together. So here we have all 4 turtles out of the box, and I went ahead and took off their disguises. So compared to those original turtles we had, like I said, there's not much difference besides faces, the colors, outfits, everything looked pretty much exactly the same. There's very little differences between the two, but I will bring those in just so you can see the differences between them. Like I said, not that you'll really see them, but just so they'll have them side by side so you can see the difference. But here we have, of course, our 4 main turtles of Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and Raphael, just in their base body set. So they all have the dark green body, pretty much all relatively the same, maybe minor shading differences between a couple of them, but then they have their corresponding colors. So for Mikey, orange; Donnie, purple; Leo, blue; and Raph, red. And as you see, they have their belts around their waist with their initials on them as well. And then of course everything else just looks pretty much the same. They all just look like turtles with green bodies, shells. So they have, of course, the shells on the front and the back there. The bands wrapping around, of course, go all the way around to their elbows, wrists, and knees, and then the bandanas go around to the back. And then of course they just have the different faces, because with these turtles they have the different faces you can switch out that we will look at. But let's go and just do movements. So obviously they're all going to be exactly the same, so once you do one, they're all going to match accordingly. So let's do it on Leonardo. So first off, for the head, we do have the bandana tails that move, so that's something that's new. On the old ones they would just pretty much twist around, so these do as well. But then they also have a joint that allows them to swing up and down, so you can do it maybe sticking up like that and have it swung over to the side or forward or just wherever you want it, up or down. It just adds that additional movement in there, which is cool. But let's go and do the neck. So the neck can look down that far and up that far, so just a little bit of movement there in the neck. Now of course not everything's too good, and then we have, of course, the pivot around in there. But then we go to the shoulders. So the shoulders on a lot of these turtles are pretty stiff, and of course we heated them up to loosen them, but as they cooled down, stuff got stiff. But it can come up there to 90 degrees and rotate all the way around. We have a bicep twist, the single elbow joint that can bend to about 90 degrees there, and it has the rotation in it. And then of course we have the wrist that can twist around, and with this one they have different joints depending on it. So for him it looks like he has an up and down, which you don't really get much movement with up and downs for this one, but it moves up and down. But of course some of the other turtles do have back and forth. Now for nab crunch, there is a crunch in here. It's probably right about at the waist, so they can crunch back and forward a little bit, so it's just a little bit of moving back and forth. And also has a twist up in there as well, so you can kind of twist the body side to side if you want to. We have the hips that can come up 90 degrees there, which is pretty good. Out to the side can do the splits, of course fits for being ninjas and everything. A little bit of a thigh twist up in there, so you can get the legs twisted out if you want them. And a double knee joint that bends up to the back that far, can kick his own shell. And then we have the foot that rocks back and forth and can twist side to side. So overall they have good movements, just the spots where the shell kind of gets in the way, but you gotta kind of deal with that when you've got turtles and everything. But as I said, all 4 of those will be exactly, so I just wanted to show one of them off there. But before we start putting the outfits on and everything, let's go ahead and compare them to the old turtles. So let me bring those in. It's a little difficult to get them all fit into the camera here, but here we have all 4 of the turtles together. So every turtle that has a weapon is our original turtle. So relatively you can see like the colors haven't changed too much. They just maybe messed with the shadings a little bit, like especially on Donnie. Looks like the older one has much darker purple and they brightened up a bit. But then the skin's relatively the same. There's not that much like color difference. It looks like this Mikey, the newer Mikey, is more shiny, especially compared to the other one, especially compared to most of the turtles it looks like, and maybe Leo as well. But of course their faces change and everything, so these new ones have more like happier, brighter looking faces stuff, where the old ones just pretty much have a standard face on them. So other than that, there's not much difference. You can see a little bit of difference around like the letterings on the belt. The new ones have much darker like black outlines around them, but other than that, they're just very minor color differences. So there's overall not really that much difference with these turtles. I thought there would be more difference, but unfortunately they're relatively all the same, so nothing really different going on. Just the faces mostly is all you're going to get, and of course the disguise outfits. But back to our new turtles, let's go ahead and give them all their signature weapons. So of course each one comes with weapons, and as I mentioned, again, these are going to be relatively the same to the ones we just had, just maybe minor color changes. So for Leonardo, we have the two katanas. Of course they have the thicker blades and stuff for the cartoon versions here. I wish they would have the handles and the colors that match, like the blue handles and stuff, but unfortunately they just go with the more realistic, just all brown and everything. So we have the two katanas for Leo. For Donnie, we have the bow staff, so again with just the wrapping around the center, and the rest of it just looks like wood, and it does split in two, so it has this peg piece in the center. You can split it apart there. It's kind of hard on this one, so got to be careful. And for Raphael, of course, we have his two sides, so again just look relatively the same as last ones. And for Mikey as well, we have his two sets of nunchucks here, which I guess are pretty cool, just the two sticks with the chain connecting them. So let me put these in all their hands. So there I got the weapons in all their hands and just like basic poses, but they all look pretty cool there, of course, with all of their signature weapons. So that is pretty cool, I guess. And of course you can just pose them around and do whatever you want with each of those. But again, I guess while we're here, before we go start putting all the clothes on, we got to look at a bunch of other stuff I keep forgetting about. So with these turtles, they of course come with like different sets of hands and stuff. So each turtle, it looks like, comes with a like palm hand. So we have like these open palm hands. So we of course see the three fingers of the turtle. So they have the two fingers sticking out and the thumb sticking up. So it's just like these open palm hands, and we have a set for each of the turtles. We also have a set of thumbs up. Now I don't know if one goes to each turtle, so each one can be doing like a thumbs up or something, or if like certain left and rights go to certain characters or whatever. We have 4 of these total, so 2 lefts and 2 rights. So again, I assume you just spread them around between the turtles. And then we also get extra sets of hands, I assume are all for Raphael, because it looks like they'd be made for his size. So you can put the side blade between there and sticking out to the side and everything. So we have a left and right for that, as well as this hand as well, which again looks like it's made to be for Raphael as well, again for holding his size. So I assume he comes with this extra set of hands to be able to hold his size, so you can choose the different ones there. So let's maybe put the different ones in his hand just to try each of them. So there I switched the Raphael hands out and put the size in them in different ways you can hold them. I don't know if I did this one right or not exactly sure, but I got it to fit in his hand, so I just kind of go with them there. But I assume you can position them around, and like I said, I also assume that they do go for Raphael, both of them, since it looks like they fit size and everything, but there's just the different ways he can hold them there as well, of course, with his grip hands. So I just wanted to show that off. And finally, for the turtles themselves, we get additional heads and like mouthpieces and stuff. So like we have this one, which looks like it's an open mouth, almost like could be yelling or like in shock or something. And then we also have a closed mouth version, and so you can see the way they sort of look weird. So we get 2 of each. So we have 2 closed mouths, and we have 2 like open yelling mouths, which if you see the turtles already, so like Mikey and Donnie have mouths open with like their tongue showing, and then Leo and Raph just have sort of like smile faces. So you get 4 different ones total, so you can switch them all out to do whatever you want. And then each turtle also comes with an additional headpiece, which I believe these are all the same. They're just more like angry heads. So yeah, it looks like they all are exactly just angry heads. So if you want to have like angry eyes or whatever, you can switch those out. And with these, they just kind of pop into the heads. So you just obviously get the eyes and stuff towards the front of the mouth, and then you just pop it down in, and you can switch it out. So we may go through and switch them all out to give different faces and mouths and stuff to each the different characters. Like to me, that fits pretty perfectly there for Raph. More of like an angry face with the angry eyes and stuff. Fits perfectly for Raph there. So we may like switch those out. We can just go through and pick and choose whatever you want. But for right now, we'll probably just leave them as they are. But now that we've got all those accessories done and out of the way, we can go ahead and look at their disguises. So as you saw when they were in the box, they come with disguises. So we get a pair of pants, who I assume to be our like blue jeans, but they look like sweatpants or just some sort of pants. They have stretchy bands on there to get on the turtle. So we get a pair of blue pants, as well as the trench coats, which we've had before, I think, with the disguise Raphael from like the movie versions and stuff. But a nice like fabric trench coat, looks pretty nice. Just overall, has this color piece. You can probably try to get the lay down. It's a different like thicker material, so you may be able to get it laid down, especially if you like try to iron them or something. happens, but I know in the pictures they always have them up so it's pulled up around their faces to help disguise them. And then of course we have this like nice band that goes around the front like a belt piece, so you can put into like the buckle here to help tighten it on them. And they even have pockets that like are open and you can like put stuff down in there, which is pretty interesting. So pretty nice little jackets, nice sewn and stuff. Of course, don't know how well they'll hold up over time and everything, but we have those two pieces to put on them as well as their disguise faces. So we have these humanoid like faces. So with these we have two different faces. We have just one that's more of like a shock face and one more of a happy face. So we have two of each of these to put on. And I thought these were just like going to be plastic rubbery masks that you just slid on over the turtles' heads, but they are actual heads themselves. So you can see they have the neck hole pegs and stuff in there. So you can just actually put those on. And then of course they also come with like the fedora hat as well, again for disguises. So we can put them in the outfits and then just have their turtle head showing and put these on them, or we can go ahead and switch the heads out and then put these hats on them as well because they fit pretty good there as well. So let me go ahead and just go and put them all in their clothes. It's going to take me a while to get them all dressed up, but they're probably going to be much easier to get dressed up with now that their joints are heated and can move compared to when we did it before, and they were hard to get off and everything because we couldn't get some of the joints to move. So I'm going to go ahead and get all the turtles all dressed up in their disguises. So there I got the turtles in the outfits. It wasn't too bad. It was, like I said, much easier with the joints all heated up and loosened, everything much easier to get them on. Just a little bit of time consuming, didn't keep track or anything, but it did take me quite a while. But there I just got the trench coats and the pants on and then went ahead and just put their hats on them as well. So there they are in their sort of disguises, but then of course we can go through and pop these actual weird faces on and stuff to give them their complete disguises. So let me go and pop these on all of them. And there they are with the complete disguises on. So they have the pants, trench coat, mask, and hats. And now if you didn't know, this was from season 3 episode 2, Turtles on Trial. And in this episode, April gives the turtles these human masks so they can freely move on the streets. So they just have these humanoid masks. So with this, you can barely see that they're turtles just with their green hands and feet. So I think that's pretty cool. You know, this is the whole point of the pack, is to get them all into disguise. I think for us, we'll go and switch them back to their normal turtle heads and leave them as that, just in the trench coats and pants. But I do really like the look of them. I think they look goofy, but I do like that they did come with this as well. Now this pack does also come with a bunch of accessories that you can give to the turtles. Like first off, we have some pizzas. So we have these different types of pizzas. So here we have just like a pizza slice, looks like maybe some pepperoni and olives or something. Then this one looks like pepperoni, olives, and French fries, maybe, not really sure, but this one's a full pizza and it's even on like a pie piece and everything, which is cool. And then we have a pizza that looks like pepperoni, ice cream, and sardines or anchovies, whatever you want to call it. So that's pretty weird there as well. But we have those different pizzas that you can give to the turtles. We have a boombox, which I guess would be pretty cool and fitting for the 90s stuff, the big boomboxes to listen to music and everything. So you can just put this in like one of the turtles' hands, so they'll just look like there's some street people out on the street, you know, listening to music. So we have this big boombox. Of course, for Michelangelo, we have a skateboard. So we have a skateboard you can give to him. It has a nice turtle shell logo, nice like purplish color with an orange stripe down the middle, some green wheels. Looks like it's not built the best, like with the look of this and the size and everything. You probably could just buy a tech deck and, you know, maybe repaint it or find a good design or something and give that to Mikey instead. But it just feels really cheap. Like the wheels do roll and stuff, but it's just very cheap and feels like it could break at any moment. And then also for Mikey, we have the weird pizza delivery boy hat. So it says weird there, and it's for the pizza boy hat that you can put on. You can actually like put it, so this one's Mikey, so you can put it on his head there and kind of leave it. It looks a little bit dorky on that head, or you can actually stick it on Mikey's head himself. We get a book of The Hare and the Tortoise, which is a book that April reads to the turtles, I believe, one night to help them go to sleep. So just nice book design stuff in there. On the back, we have a turtle with a first place trophy, so that's pretty fun. And finally, we have Pigeon Pete, which is a friend of Mikey's from episode What's Michelangelo Good For? So he has even a little turtle like bandana thing and stuff. So it's just a pigeon that Michelangelo befriends and stuff. So pretty fun there. And one of the biggest reasons why we wanted the set was to get Pigeon Pete. Pretty cool for this pack overall. Comes with a lot of accessories, you know, has all the stuff for the disguises with the extra heads and trench coats and stuff. And of course, all the heads you can switch out from their normal heads, as well as the different eyes and mouth pieces we get with them. All the hands, of course, their signature weapons. So we just get a lot of stuff with this pack that makes it really cool. And this pack just gives you a lot of stuff to like accessorize your turtles with and everything. So pretty fun, cool pack overall, in my opinion. And I did also want to show that if you took the inside packaging out, and of course we still have a plastic screen so you can see my reflection there, but you can rip that out as well. And the box does also turn into like a street scene. So you have like a street down here and then a building there in the background. So you can use that as the display piece as well. If you're not like us where we have the actual like NECA display for the turtles, you could use this as well. And of course has all the different stuff hidden around. Just wanted to set that up there just so you could see you could use the packaging as well for a display if you wanted to there with your turtles. But overall, that's going to be it for this Turtles in Disguise pack, again, that we picked up a part of the Target Haulathon. And I think it's pretty cool. Like I said, you get the turtles themselves, so if you missed out on them the first time, you have them again. You get all the different accessories to go with them to switch out their faces. And then you also get the trench coat disguises. So I think for us, we're going to pick out which set of the turtles, whether the old ones or this new ones, we like more, and then put the other set in the disguises just so we have them in the trench coats and stuff, because I think that'll be cool. But pretty cool, fun set overall, in my opinion. I didn't think it'd be as cool as it was, but after messing with it, I do really enjoy this set. But let me know what you thought of it down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. And I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.